Hello everyone, welcome to the Samsung Galaxy A31 versus A51 versus A71 Full Comparison. If you are new here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button first of all and press the bell icon too. Also, if you like this video at some point, do hit the like button as well. Alright, so let's get the specifications of these phones out of the way first. A31 in this comparison brings the biggest battery of 5000 mAh while being powered by the MediaTek Helio P65 chipset. A51 is powered by Exynos 9611 chipset and it's got a RAM of 6GB and 128GB of internal storage. A71's battery falls in the middle. It's a 4500 mAh battery which uses a 25-watt super fast charger. A71's display size is 6.7 inches. Remaining specs of all these phones are on your screen. I would like to talk about the design and the build first of all. All these phones are built out of plastic and have a plastic frame. The same geometric patterns can be found at the back of all three. Samsung has used its premium plastic, which it calls polycarbonate, to build the Galaxy A lineup. The only difference here is in the size. A31 is the smallest in this comparison and also happens to be the most grippable Galaxy A handset. A51 is right next to Galaxy A31. The difference between the A31 and A51 is very minor and it's in the size. The A51 obviously is on the bigger side. A71, the biggest of all, can occupy both of your hands. Since these phones have a plastic build, weight is not really an issue. A71 tops the list with its weight on the upper side of 180 grams. Talking about the screens, all the three A lineup handsets have the same 1080p into 2400 pixels resolution. The difference here is in the screen size and the aspect ratio. A31 is on the lower end with its old-fashioned water drop notch and a prominent bezel profile and a big bottom chin. A51 has a much better bezel profile and bottom chin and also has the highest screen to body ratio with the smallest punch hole in this comparison. And the Galaxy A71 offers a bigger screen, a big punch hole and the sleekest bezels with a tiny bottom chin. If you take a closer look at these screens, you will find the brightness of the Galaxy A51 slightly on the better side. A51 has the highest screen to body ratio for this comparison. Since these screens have the same resolution and these also happen to be the same Super AMOLED panels, you are not going to note any difference in the colors. The outdoor visibility is great, different viewing angles will not hurt your visibility, and using any of these is going to give you a very premium feel. It is pretty much a tie in the display department for now. And yes, these phones are using the Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the front. For security, Samsung has deployed its under-display fingerprint scanner on all the three phones. It takes a bit to unlock the phone. The A71 and A51's fingerprint scanner speed can be optimized by turning off the animation and battery optimization. I couldn't find the same options on the Galaxy A31. Face ID on all the phones works in a similar manner too. Software is same on the handsets. However, the features vary. For example, A51 and A71 have a screen recorder while the Galaxy A31 doesn't have it. All phones have the always on display, quick share, music share features. Camera apps differ a lot and we'll talk about that when we compare the cameras in a while. One UI 2.1 is undoubtedly one of the best Android UIs as far as Samsung doesn't bombard your device with that bloatware. Hardware department is where things start getting interesting. We get base storage of 128GB on all the three phones, but the storage standards differ. It is eMMC 5.1 on the A31, UFS 2.0 on the A51 and UFS 2.1 on the Galaxy A71. A31 has RAM of 4GB, A51 6GB and A71 8GB. You can find other RAM options for all these three phones as well. Storage can be expanded on all the three using their microSD card slot. A31 in this list has the least powerful chipset. It comes with MediaTek Helio P65 12nm chipset. The chipset is accompanied by Mali G52MC2 GPU. Hardware is not even capable of running Antutu app. It kills Antutu in between. A51 is equipped with 10nm Exynos 9611 along with Mali G72MP3 GPU. Its performance has greatly improved with the software updates. On Antutu, it puts up a score of over 183K. A71 has got the most powerful chipset for the A lineup. It tops out with a score of 250K on Antutu and this score can actually go up to 276K depending on your region and temperature conditions. It's using Adreno 618 GPU. For gaming, the A31 is obviously a disappointment. It caps the graphics and caps the performance too. You can run the game without hiccups, but bear in mind that you are going to compromise on the quality. A51's gameplay is fine. It actually hits 60 frames per second for PUBG Mobile, which is what even the Galaxy A71 cannot do. I think the A71's Snapdragon 730G is optimized to keep things running well without crossing 40 frames per second for games like PUBG. A51's Exynos will definitely heat slightly more than the Snapdragon 730G of the A71. It will also consume more battery while you play the games. So the A71 in the end is a monster when it comes to playing games. I have done a full gaming review of this phone, which you can find on the top right corner. Speakers are 100% the same on entire Galaxy A lineup. The sound output is pretty low, but thanks to the headphone jack, you can improve your experience by plugging in a good headphones and turning on Dolby Atmos sound. In the cameras, the A31 has main 48 megapixel Samsung GM2 sensor. This is the same sensor that's been used on the Samsung Galaxy A51 units. In fact, only on some of the Galaxy A51 units. But this phone is using Helio P65 image processing, which is going to pull its camera performance down. Remaining camera details are on your screen. A51's main 48 megapixels camera is either the Sony IMX582 sensor or it's Samsung's own GM2 sensor. But its image processing comes from the Exynos 9611 and that happens to be better. It uses Sony IMX666 32 megapixels lens on the front. The rest of the details are on your screen. A71 in the end uses Samsung's in-house GW1 64 megapixel sensor and uses the same Sony IMX666 32 megapixel sensor on the front. And its image processing comes from the Snapdragon 730G. A31's camera app is the least loaded app. It has no night mode, no slow-mo, and no such cool features including the single take or the My Filters option. You are paying nearly $280 for a phone which offers none of these basic features. A51 on the other hand has got all the features including a better night mode, front camera slow-mos, and the new S20 Ultra features. Same goes for the Galaxy A71's camera app. Samsung has improved these apps recently with the new One UI 2.1 updates. As far as the result is concerned, A31's camera is not that great. It might be acceptable to some of the users. A51 with its Sony IMX582 sensor takes cool images while the color tone on the A71 is a bit warm. You can also watch my camera reviews of all the phones. For now, just take a look at the few images here to choose the best one for yourself. Battery life is where the things get interesting once again. A31 with its biggest 5000 mAh battery topped my detailed battery drain test. It remained on for 11 hours and 24 minutes. A71 died in 9 hours and 44 minutes and the A51 died in 9 hours and 3 minutes. Now obviously the battery is going to perform a bit different in the real life, so you can minus at least 1.5 to 2 hours from the time that I got from my battery drain test. To charge the Galaxy A31 you need at least 2.5 hours. A51 can be charged in 120 to 125 minutes while the A71 can take 85 to 90 minutes easily. And this now brings our comparison towards its conclusion. Samsung's offerings never fall in the value for money bracket, so we have to get the value for money thing out of the way first. What we get with these phones is Samsung's brand value, which matters in a number of countries. But the brand won't help when the device itself is bad, and that is going to happen if you end up picking up the Galaxy A31. This phone is not even close to its competitors, and I would suggest picking up last year's Galaxy A50s over the A31 instead. A50s is still a superior device. A51 is a beautiful looking phone with cool features loaded all over it. So you can actually replace your A50 or the A70 from last year with the Galaxy A51. A71 has every capability to become the best mid-range phone. It does almost everything right, and the way Samsung has improved this phone over time is also impressive. While the pricing of these phones remains an open debate, I would like to know from you guys about what you think of the series and which one is your favorite device. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button, and if you loved it, please hit the subscribe button. With that said, I will sign off and see you all in the next video.